Good evening and welcome to the Select Board's meeting, Monday, December 2nd, 2024, at the Warcourt Meeting Room, 16 Great Neck Road North, Mashpee, Mass. Broadcast live on local cable channel 8 and 1072. Stream live on the Town of Mashpee website, www.mashpee.ma.gov/channel-8. It is 6:30, and we are convening in our meeting in open session, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
And to the republic for which it stands,
one
nation,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And now I'd like a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Okay, discussion and approval of the following Wednesday, November 6th, and Monday, November 18th, 2024, regular session minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve. Second.
Tom?
Yes.
Oh, discussion?
Could we do those separately?
Sure.
I can't vote on the 18th because I...
You
I
can
was-
just,
I wasn't
okay.
here.
A motion to
Thank you.
approve November 6th.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. A motion for November 18th.
So move.
Second.
Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
Abstain.
Okay. David?
Yes.
And John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you. 6:35, we have a hearing.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
unfortunately, we're going to have to ask for a postponement this evening regarding this hearing and continue, I should say continuance to December 16th at 6:35 or 6:40. The reason is because Andy's did not distribute the abutter notices,
Okay.
and they did acknowledge that they did not do that. So that would be my recommendation for the board, is to continue it.
Sure. So
And that's the reason. There was,
Motion
We haven't opened the hearing.
yeah,
We have to open it?
and then continue to,
Okay.
I would recommend
Okay.
the 16th, if that's doable, at 6:35 or 6:40.
Okay. Michaela, do you want to read it?
Pursuant to Chapter 138, Section 16A of Massachusetts General Laws, the Select Board, acting as the local licensing authority for the town of Mashpee, will conduct a public hearing on the alcoholic beverages license amendment, application of Andy's Market, Inc., DBA Andy's Market, 425 Nathan Ellis Highway, Mashpee, Mass. 02649, for an alteration of premises. Said hearing will be held on Monday, December 2nd, 2024, at 6:35 p.m. in the Warcourt Meeting Room of the Mashpee Town Hall, 16 Great Neck Road North, Mashpee, Mass. 02649. You can submit comments and questions via email to the Select Board at mashpeema.gov prior to the meeting date and time.
Okay, so we've opened up the hearing. Now we need to continue
Motion.
the hearing.
A motion to continue the hearing of Andy's Market, Inc., and continue it to the 16th, the meeting on the 16th at 6:35.
I'll second that one.
Okay. Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
And just for the record, Madam Chair, Louis Farewell, the general manager, emailed us that they were unable to get the certified letters mailed to the abutters. So that's the reason.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, communication and correspondence. New business. Discussion and acceptance of the following resignation. Economic Development Industrial Corporation, term expires June 30th, 2025, Glenn Thompson. He was our commercial representative. He is moving out of state.
Motion to accept and approve?
Second that motion.
Okay. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, with a letter of regret, please. And interview, discussion, and a possible appointment of the following. Affordable Housing Committee, term expires June 30th, 2025. Gerald Tudor, member at large. Good evening. Come on right up. Want to give us your name and address and a little bit about yourself and
Sure. Jerry Tudor. I live at 32 Little Neck Lane in New Seabury. My wife and I have owned the house since 2002, but her mother lived there until her death last year, and we've only lived there full-time since COVID, but we've now been here not quite 5 years full-time. And I'm a retired trial attorney.
oh, great.
I was a legal services lawyer for 8 years, Cambridge Somerville Legal Services, Boston College Law School. I then worked for a insurance defense firm, Parker Coulter Daly and White in Boston for 8 years. I became a junior partner, and then I departed and worked in a small firm with a former colleague and friend from Parker Coulter. Our firm was Corrigan Johnson and Tudor, from which I retired in about 7 years ago.
Nice career.
And a lot of fun.
Very good.
And so I don't know a whole lot about housing. I'm interested in it. I represented a lot of tenants when I was a legal services lawyer. I represented Section 8 tenants and have some familiarity with public housing law, but that's going back to the 1970s.
Good.
And I represented private landlords when I worked for Parker Coulter Daly and White. I should say one little bit of experience I have is I helped the Somerville Community Development Corporation incorporate back in the mid-1970s. And although I wasn't involved in any of their housing activities, I know that that was one of their major undertakings.
Very good. Okay, question from the board. Tom?
I think this is great. He knows what he's
Exactly.
doing. Absolutely. This is really good. I absolutely have my vote.
Michaela?
I have a question about scheduling, and I know that you're away January through March. I think a lot of people are.
Right.
Would the board be able to meet in a hybrid session?
Well, I think they meet once a month, I think. isn't
Okay.
it? So you could always Zoom in at a meeting, couldn't you? To Zoom in.
Yes, I've been on a condo board in Newton, and I've been a trustee there for the last 5-6 years. And since COVID, we've had all of our meetings on Zoom. So I can do that if that's acceptable.
Super, and they would accommodate that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
David?
I think your background and your, will be welcomed on the Affordable Housing
I think so, too.
Board, and so I'm favorable.
Right?
And John?
I agree with David, as far as your legal expertise, and you mentioned you're just interested in housing, and I think your experience could actually assist the committee very much.
I think you could help them in a lot of areas that they would need.
I have 2 old friends who are housing specialists, so
You could help.
I have some resources that I might be able to tap.
Would be great. Okay, I need a motion.
Motion to approve
Second.
Gerald Tudor as member at large, Affordable Housing Committee.
Second,
Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
yes.
David?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
And I'm a yes, and thank you for stepping up. We appreciate it.
Thanks very much. Somebody will get in touch with me.
He'll get in touch with you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a good
you.
work.
Thank you.
Forward to jumping in on the meeting.
Okay.
Chairman, just so you're aware, we do have one more opening on that position,
That
and
position.
that person will be coming forward. Now that they have a quorum, they're going to go through the normal
they can do-
process. Okay, so the next one will be coming through with the background.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
And now we have a letter of interest for the Human Services Committee. Casey Sheehan, come on up.
And, Mr. Chairman, just so you're aware, this lady did go through the proper process with the backup
Yes,
information.
we have her. Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. Oh, yeah, bring it towards you.
Hello.
State your name and where you live, and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Casey Sheehan. I live in Mashpee, 121 Captain's Row. I am a graduate of Mashpee High School and of Cape Cod Community College. I'm applying to Human Services Committee. I work as a registered nurse in the psychiatric field, so I see a lot of different populations of the community at the bedside. I'm a nurse of 10 years, so
I think you'd be a good fit for Human Services.
applying.
That's good. Questions from the board?
Wow.
I know. We're starting to get a lot of people interested in some of our committees,
it's
which is
great.
really good, and it's nice to see.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you for your interest.
So, John, any questions?
I have none.
Okay, David?
No, just thank you for
Yeah, I
stepping
know,
up.
I know. And it's a good committee, too.
Just
Michaela.
a really impressive CV, and thank you for being here.
And Tom?
I'm all set.
Okay.
She's great for me.
Okay,
I'm
now I need
very
a
happy to have
motion.
her here.
I need a motion.
Motion to appoint
I'll second that motion.
Casey Sheehan as a member at large to the Human Services Committee, term expiring June 30th, 2025.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you, and good
Thank
luck.
you.
Enjoy it. Okay, interview, discussion, and possible appointment of our town constable. Paul? Cornella? Cornell, okay. Good evening, senior. Tell us a little about your name and where you live, and a little bit about yourself.
Paul Coronella Sr. I live at 10 Vista Circle in Mashpee. I have been living in the town for about 50 years now, and prior law enforcement in the town. And then after the separation from Mashpee, I went to Duxbury. After that, I started a construction company, full-time. And I also run a firearms training and security service. So, father of four grandchildren. So,
And nice, you want to give back. That's
yes.
good. Any questions, John?
I don't.
David?
I do not.
Okay, Michaela?
No, I think the references and your background speak for itself.
And I feel like we're hitting the gold mine.
I know, we really are.
This is
good.
great.
Okay.
Absolutely have my vote. Absolutely.
Okay, so now I need a motion.
Motion to approve appointment of town constable to Paul Coronella.
Yes.
Well, I have to
Second.
second that.
Term expires June 30th,
2020.
2027.
We
Second.
have a second. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Congrats.
congratulations.
Nice to have you back in town.
Take care, folks. Thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, now, could we have Stephanie Vieira? This is our new Mashpee Chamber Executive Director. and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and what she wants to accomplish tonight.
Hi, thank you so much for your time today. I'm Stephanie Viva Whedon. I live at 4 Woodland Ave in Mashpee. I've been a resident for a long time. 5 kids through the school system. My son is going to Gillette Stadium on Wednesday, so we've been getting ready for the Super Bowl. It's been pretty exciting. And I'm the new director of the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce. I was on the board. I'm also on the board of the Boys and Girls Club. It's very important to me. I'm very invested in this town. I absolutely love it. Any way that we can assist, I want to be there and do more with the chamber and the town's people. And I definitely look forward to our Christmas parade this year. And I want to formally invite all of our town departments to participate. I talked to Mary Bradbury today, and she has an organizational meeting tomorrow here. At 4:30, I hear the theme might be Frozen. So if anybody wants to get all dolled up and walk in the parade, carry a banner. I talked to Consuelo Carroll at the high school today, and we're working on a volunteer program with the kids and some of their groups to be walking in the parade. I know Boys and Girls Club has a float already, and I would love to see the most amount of town participation that we can possibly get. If I can help you with transportation, a golf cart, a fun car, some sort of festive thing that we can provide for you or organize, I really want to be a part of this town and foster our business community. It's really important. We started with my own personal business, the new Mashpee Farmers Market, and we've had over 200 applications for small businesses that want to come to this town, and as a stipulation to make them be mini members of our chamber. So I want them to be invested, to stay here, not just come here and make money off of us and leave. So it is really important for me to bring some of that new business and some new people. With that, we're going to need more housing and all of the wonderful things that you guys have been working together and putting these great groups together. So once again, I just wanted to introduce myself. I want a better relationship with the town, and any way we can be a part of that, we'd like to be at the chamber.
And the parade is?
The parade is December 14th with not a rain date that we're going to have to use on the 15th. It's at 6 p.m. this year, so it's a little later so that we can be good neighbors to our church and not mess up any of our situation there. Library has offered us their space as a warming place and also an organizational space, so we're using that. And hot chocolate stations, coffee stations, and I would just love to see everyone in the town come and participate because it really is just pretty magical, regardless of what your belief systems are. It's nice to see our entire town participating in something that we're very proud of. So thank you.
And the lights at the Rotary.
Thank you so much to the town, the rec department, the thrift shop for pitching in this year. We had a big expense replacing the snowflakes, and I'm so thankful for this town for figuring out how to get this done. It means the world to us when people come to Mashpee in the winter. That is one of the highlights of their visit, is driving around our Rotary, and it looked pretty amazing this year, and I've never seen so much town participation. This year was pretty spectacular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions for Stephanie? Why we have her? No?
I do not.
I agree. I just came through the Rotary, and that the Rotary is absolutely amazing.
It looks great, right?
Absolutely amazing.
Thank
It's
you so
great.
much.
The efforts that you've done, everything you've done, it's really, really looking great.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't
And
wait
we-
for the parade.
We'll see you at the parade.
Yay.
Just,
And
if I could, I'd just like to give a shout out to the Recreation Department and specifically Director Bradbury, and also the thrift shop over at the Council on Aging for the sake of assisting with the funds necessary, and also DPW for doing the labor-intensive work to get everything set up. So shout out to them.
And Catherine has been so amazing organizing absolutely everything, soup to nuts. We're so grateful and thankful.
That's good.
That's it, I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
As are we. We're thankful. Thank you.
I just want to say that I commend you, and I love your energy and what you've already done for the town over the years. And again, I can't wait to see how much better the town can be. And and also, I don't know if anyone's aware of the tree lighting the other day.
Oh.
I've never seen that many. It looked like Times Square.
You did.
It was unbelievable.
I couldn't get there.
Yeah, you gotta have to get there earlier. I'll work on busing for next year. I'll make it happen. She was joking. I said, don't say that. I will make it.
I've never seen so many people.
It was,
amazing.
it was unbelievable.
Good job.
So,
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
It is.
thank you all so
well
much.
done.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, discussion and approval of closure of Mashpee Town Hall offices for the annual organization day, Friday, December 20th, 2024.
Just as a reminder to the board, this is generally an annual event. This would be on a Friday. It was a date that was discussed at a department head meeting, and the town employees would be working, but we would be closed to the public. And also, it does give me an opportunity to thank staff and get them all together without having to shut down offices, because if we're closed, I can get everybody in here and thank them. So I would just look for the board's approval for this date.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the date.
Motion to approve the closure of the Mashpee Town offices for the annual organizational day, Friday, December 20th, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, Tom?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry. David?
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Great. Discussion and approval of proclamation for Fire Chief John Jack Phelan. Mashpee Select Board proclamation, Fire Chief John Jack Phelan. Whereas Chief John Jack Phelan has faithfully served the town of Mashpee and its residents for over 33 years with exceptional dedication, professionalism, leadership as both Deputy Fire Chief and Fire Chief of the Mashpee Fire Department. And whereas Chief Phelan has played an instrumental role in fulfilling the fire department's mission to minimize the loss, suffering within the Mashpee community through public education, rigorous training, swift, effective emergency response. And whereas Chief Phelan has demonstrated outstanding commitment to the safety and well-being of Mashpee residents by leading his team in responding to critical incidents, including life-threatening emergencies and community crisis, with courage and compassion. And whereas his leadership and contributions have advanced the fire department's operation, improved emergency response protocols, and strengthened relationships with local, regional, and state partners. And whereas Chief Phelan's service amplifies the highest standards of public service, inspiring trust and confidence in the Mashpee Fire Department, and serving as a model for future generations for public safety and professionals. Therefore, the Mashpee Select Board, on behalf of the town of Mashpee, hereby recognizes and commends Chief John Jack Phelan for his extraordinary contributions to Mashpee Fire Department and the community it serves. The town of Mashpee extends its deepest gratitude to Chief Phelan for his unwearying dedication and service, and wishes him continued success in all future endeavors. Signed, the second day of December, 2024, the Mashpee Select Board. Wow, that's quite an honor.
And if I could, Madam Chair, I just want to give a shout out to our town moderator, John Miller. Sometimes these things come up and the timing is not exactly ideal compared to when the person is departing versus when the proclamation might be issued. And he never hesitates to give me a call and say, look, I can get this framed on short notice. And he's a true dedicated individual to the town and the town's interests and to all of the public servants that serve the town. And he's usually the person behind the scenes that never gets the credit. So I just want to give him a shout out to the board and say thank you, because he really comes through in these situations, and he does it without any fanfare behind the scenes. So I thank him.
Thank you,
Second
John
that.
Miller.
Thank you, John.
So this will be, they're doing an open house?
Yes, and if you approve that, I'm going to hand it over, and he's going to have that framed
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and that's going to be Friday, right?
Friday.
10 a.m.
I'm sorry, yes, Friday.
Yeah, but I think they're doing open house from 9 to 12, I think, right? But the ceremony will start at 10.
10 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. I need
Madam
a
Chair,
motion. Go ahead.
Just real quick, I just want to commend Jack Phelan for his strong leadership over the years. Not surprised with his actions being of a Marine. So thank you very much for your service.
Anyone else? I need a motion.
Motion to approve the proclamation for Fire Chief John Jack Phelan.
Do I have a second?
Second.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. I'm sad to see him go, but... Okay, discussion and approval of the January through June Select Board meeting schedule. We can look through it, and if anybody has any concerns. Notice the time change for one. We thought we would try it for the winter months and see how it goes.
I don't see any objections.
All right, do I need I need a motion?
Motion to approve the Select Board meeting schedule January through June 2025.
Second?
Okay, Tom?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you. And discussion and approval of Select Board Policy Number 83, Entertainment Licensing and Permitting. David, this was one that you wanted to all be the same when we go to do this. Has this been looked over, Rodney?
Yes, staff prepared the draft, and also it was revised on the advice of council, and you have the final draft,
Final draft?
subject to any amendments or revisions that you're in search of.
No, I looked at it, I thought it was good. Any questions?
I don't have any questions. I think it looks good.
Okay, David?
Selectman Whedon,
Serves the purpose. And,
Yep.
you good with it?
Yeah. Okay. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second, okay. John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Michaela?
Yes?
Tom?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Public comment? Any comment tonight? No? Thank you. Old business, liaison reports. Anybody have anything?
One report, last week, we, actually, Jack attended with me, the Joint Base Commission. That was his last
Oh, his last
meeting in that position, so somewhat of an uneventful meeting, but it was Jack's last meeting
Okay.
on the Joint Base Commission.
David, any liaison?
I do not.
Michaela?
I don't.
Okay, I do have one, December 7th, the holiday tree lighting across at the community park at 5 o'clock. And December 14th, parade. And December 4th, our football team will be going to Gillette Stadium. Congratulations.
Bad.
Which is
Yeah.
Wednesday night,
Yeah.
5:30.
Water quality updates.
I actually have a question about water quality updates. Do we have a definite date as to when we'll get the report on Mashpee Wakeby?
We do,
Yes, at the next meeting.
next meeting,
Excellent. So Ed Eichner will be here to present it?
hopefully.
I'm sorry?
Ed Eichner will be here to present?
Yes.
Okay. And would we get a copy, would the select board get a copy of the report ahead of time?
Oh, ahead of time.
Yes, when we have the final draft, you'll have it.
Excellent.
Great. Okay, town manager updates.
actually, speaking of water quality updates, I'm not looking for any board action, but I just wanted to bring to the board's attention that I have had some discussions with Sue Dangle relative to essentially recreating a committee or renaming a committee. I'm not obviously looking for any action tonight because it's not on the agenda, but for the purposes of future discussion, rather than having a Mashpee-Wakeby Lake Management Committee, the possibility should exist to have a Mashpee Freshwater Advisory Committee so that it encompasses all freshwaters and not just one. And I'm not singling out Mashpee-Wakeby because it would be inclusive of Mashpee-Wakeby in the new committee. But this is something that she has brought to our attention. It is an idea that has been discussed in the past, several select board ago, and I think, generally speaking, when you look at the larger picture, it makes sense. I am not necessarily advocating more committees because we can't necessarily fill the committees that we have. But I think if we incorporated one into another with a new role, responsibility, and focus point, we should be able to manage it just the way it should be. The other thing is, in terms of recording secretaries and getting agendas and minutes out, which I'll comment on in a minute, I think it's important to keep committees to a minimal if we can. I'm not saying you can't add one. I'm just saying staffing it for other purposes may be challenging. So that's something I just wanted to mention.
On that point, Mr. Manager, the EOC had also expressed interest in that. It's been kicking around on our agenda, discussion around it. I need to catch up with Mr. Peeble. I didn't want to blindside him with, kind of without talking to the committee and affording them opportunity to chime in. So I want to invite him to our next meeting and have discussion around it with him so he can bring it back and then provide feedback on EOC recommendation to reestablish that. And then the other thing that came up was, what would the constitution of the committee look like? Would the members currently sitting just roll over onto the new committee, or would you afford them, expand the number of people on the committee, those kind of questions?
I think some folks would suggest that if the committee gets too large, it can become ineffective. But on the other hand, if we can have a larger committee and an active committee versus an inactive committee or too many committees, I would prefer the larger committee. I would generally say, let's try to avoid that. But in this case, if there's a lot of mutual interest, I would rather move in that direction, or would suggest that you move in that direction. But I think there's certainly some constructive discussion that can occur, and I, too, do not want to, even though I'm speaking publicly, I don't want to not sit down with the Mashpee-Wakeby group. It's just for the purposes of advancing a more inclusive group of individuals in other bodies of water. I think it makes sense.
We're on the same page and of the same opinion.
It makes sense to just to look into it and see what everybody thinks. I mean, I think it's not a bad idea at all.
Exactly. Good.
I received this email, but I think it's important to relay it to the board. This is from the DPW director relative to plowing. And I think it's important that you hear this because you might get the calls.
Every town's going through the same thing, right?
I just want to say this publicly. Mashpee, like other municipalities in the state, continues to face challenges with response to winter storms. As discussed over the last several years, the number of private contractors interested in plowing for the town has been decreasing. Starting last year, the town offered a signing bonus, as well as an extra $5 an hour in pay for returning contractors, but this has not had the desired impact. 5 years ago, the town had 17 contractors plowing for the town. Last year, we had 8. To date, for this upcoming season, we have 3. Notices were mailed out. Phone calls were made. DPW has the town divided up into 30 plow routes. Note, DPW does not plow Willow Bend or condominiums, including Southport. With only 19 of our own vehicles, plus 1 truck from DNR, routes will have to be combined and/or prioritized. Residents and property owners should therefore expect delays in snow plowing. The timing of a storm, when town buildings and schools are open, will have further implications in response, as resources will have to be shifted to plow driveways and parking lots to keep buildings safe. DPW already restricts staff leave during the winter months to ensure availability to respond to storms, maximum 1 at a time. But we currently have 3 vacancies and 1 person out for medical reasons. To supplement operations, custodial staff in the schools and town buildings are assigned to plow as needed and to assist with clearing of walkways. While DPW will always provide assistance as required, both the PD and the FD have trucks with plows for emergency calls during a storm. So that's the email, and I just wanted to make you aware of it. I'm not one to push any panic buttons, but by the same token, if we had a major snowstorm, people are not going to see the roads cleared as quickly as they have in the past. We will do the level best that we can, but I'm just cautioning you, if you get a call, that's what it's all about.
But we're not the only town either.
No, absolutely not.
Interesting. Well, I've been thinking about getting a plow. I'm retired, and I was thinking, what can I do?
That
I can
might be
push
a
some
good
snow.
Sign up.
Yep.
The other thing I just wanted to make mention, obviously it's been discussed recently, both privately and publicly, relative to some of the meetings, public meetings, getting properly posted in a timely manner and getting agendas out. And this is obviously a legitimate concern. A few weeks back, the town clerk did notify me that she was terminating the posting of some of these meetings in the typical sense because, number one, she was short-staffed. Number two, she was dealing with elections. And right now, the legal posting is the bulletin board out back, and I know that very few people are going to come in and necessarily read that, and I know that it is inconvenient for the media. So what we want to do is address this issue collectively. I did discuss this at a department head meeting. So moving forward, what we want to ensure happens is we want agendas and minutes to be going out in a timely fashion. It would be helpful, obviously, to have more recording secretaries than we do. So I certainly appreciate the ones that we have.
Exactly.
However, what I'm hoping to do is have the town clerk take care of the CPC agenda, which I believe she's willing to do.
Yes.
And then the respective departments would be posting online on our website the agenda for everybody to see of their committee or commission that they're linked to, just like we take care of yours through our staff. If somebody is unable to do it, then I'm going to look at our staff doing it, and we're hoping to fill that vacancy as a result of Terry's retirement shortly. So with that in mind, I think help is on the way, and hopefully a solution is on the way, so that the problem that has been identified will be fixed. And I just wanted to let the board know that.
Thank you.
And I think that's all I have for updates.
I think all we need now is the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Tom?
yes.
Michaela?
Yes.
David?
No.
Now you say.
John?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Thank you, everybody.